Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Clunks, and welcome to another episode of my FC24 Manchester United career mode. If you did miss the last one, I will leave a link in the description down below so you guys can head back and check that one out before we move on to this one. The thing I went and done in this one was set up my scouts for youth development. It's something I forgot to do in the last episode. So I set them all up. I had 3 scouts. One went to England, one was off to France, and then the last one then I sent off to Brazil to try and get any talent that we can find in the next 9 months. Now, something else I forgot to show you guys in the last episode was my sliders, and I did mention that I would show you this episode. So here they are. Feel free to pause and take a more in-depth look. I got these sliders from Operation Sports Community Sliders. If you don't know what they are, I will leave a link in the description down below so you can go check them out. I found that these were the sliders that runs the game best for me personally on Legendary. Legendary on its own is a bit too easy, and then Ultimate was too hard, so I wanted to find, a happy medium. But there they all are, so like I said, feel free to pause if you want to take a more in-depth look. So then it was time to play my first pre-season friendly game against Athletic Bilbao. This was my team running into it. Feel free to pause if you did miss it. So the first chance of the game came in the 14th minute for Athletic Bilbao. So Yuri crossed the ball into Unaki Williams Jr. and forced a good save from Onana. Then straight from the corner, they had another chance. Bruno couldn't get it clear. It was tackled, and then a big chance Onana with another big save. The next chance didn't fall until the 43rd minute. A nice bit of build-up from Højlund and Garnacho. A nice little flick to Garnacho, who then ran through and had a shot on his left foot, but it was straight at the goalkeeper. Then the next chance came in the 65th minute. It was for us again. Bruno plays it to Anthony, who does a bit of footwork to run straight at them. Plays it over to Rashford. Rashford takes a shot and forces a save from Simon. Then in the 74th minute, we had another chance. Nice bit of footwork here. A chip over in to Dallo, who then crossed the ball over to Højlund, and a really big chance for Højlund, but he couldn't take it. Then in the 80th minute, a couple of minutes later, Reguilon runs down the left, plays a ball into Højlund, who lets it go past him. Good first touch and a really nice finish to make it 1-0 in the 81st minute and get our first goal of the season. Then, last chance of the game came for Athletic Bilbao to try and get back in the game. Williams with a turn forces another save from Onana, who had a good game. And that's how that ended. We won our first pre-season game, 1-0. Now, straight after the game, I had a 35 million offer from Aston Villa for Raphael Varane, which I decided to turn down because I did a bit of a transfer U-turn. I put Harry Maguire on the transfer list and took Varane off, mainly because I realised we didn't have many left-footed centre-backs at the club. We only had Martinez, so I thought I'll keep Varane, get rid of Maguire, have Lindelof as the rotation, and then get someone in to rotate with Martinez. Now, the player that I decided to go for was Inacio from Sporting. I tried to offer them Maguire and Van der Beek. They didn't want either of them, so eventually we settled on a 38 million deal. I was happy to take rotation, which I was happy with because he's going to be a rotation for now, but hopefully he will grow. He then accepted a 34.5 a week deal, and there was the confirmation of our first signing of the season. So the next thing I did was go through all the development plans for my players, because there was something else I'd forgotten to do at the beginning of the last episode. After that, it was time for our second pre-season game against Freiburg, and there was my team going into this one. So the first chance fell for Freiburg in the 9th minute. They ran straight through my defence, kept going, and he managed to get a strike away, which forced a good save from the goalkeeper. Then a couple of minutes later, they came at me again. A big chance here that they should have put away, really, but they did not. In the 20th minute then, Marcus Rashford ran straight through and again should have finished. Very poor strike from him in the end. Then in the 28th minute, Freiburg had another chance to take the lead with Makengo. He cut inside, just fooled everybody, and a good finish in the end. It was poor defended on my part, but Freiburg make it 1-0 in the 30th minute. Then 10 minutes later, a chance for us came. Dallo plays it into Mount, who then flicks it over to Bruno Fernandes, who then takes a strike, and the ref gives handball. Now, with handball this season, I do have it on for penalties. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a VAR kind of thing, where I'll use the instant replay to tell whether or not it should have been a handball or not. Now, in this instance, although it bounces off Ginter's knee onto his arm, I decided that his arm shouldn't have been out there, so I gave the penalty, which Bruno Fernandes finished nicely. So into the second half then, Højlund wins the ball on the halfway line and he's in, and Ginter takes him down, who's had an absolute nightmare of a game so far, and does get himself sent off because he is the last man and definitely deserved. We couldn't make the extra man count, and it was actually Freiburg that were coming at me quite a lot, to the point where from this corner they actually do win a penalty. The ref gives a handball against Raphael Varane. Now, I had a VAR check and I decided that, yeah, it was a handball. Varane's arm is out in an unnatural position and he kind of moves it towards it as well. Freiburg take the chance with Griffo, who takes that penalty nicely. Then late on, a poor pass from Bruno Fernandes means the ball falls to Salai, who then takes a really nice strike and actually finishes off with a 3-1 victory, although they were 10 men, which was disappointing. We had one chance at the end from Højlund, who forces a good save from the goalkeeper, but we do end up losing that game 3-1. Then I decided to go back in for Takefusa Kubo. Now, if you watched the last episode, you'll know that I tried to sign him, but my offer of 32 million, I think, it was an accident, was too low and they just walked away straight up. But they did accept a 46 million deal this time. So we offered him a 5-year contract with no release clause, and he wanted an 84,000 a week deal. I tried to get 80, he was happy with that, and there was a confirmation of Takefusa Kubo being our second signing of the season to rotate with Antony. Then Barcelona came in for Palestri, which I rejected, and Roma came in for Mount, which I also rejected. Then an offer came in for Harry Maguire from Juventus for 17 million. I asked for 18, they were happy to oblige, and that should be confirmation of Harry Maguire gone. Then I decided it was time to bring in a striker. So we went in for Girassi, 22 million deal. Straight up offered that, they accepted it. He wanted a 99,000 a week deal, so I offered that to him, and that was confirmation of Girassi being our third signing and a new striker. Then it was time to head into the final pre-season game against Torino. Now in the 22nd minute is when the first chance came for us. The ball plays into Lindelof. Lindelof plays to Bruno Fernandes, who takes a quick snapshot and forces a good save from the goalkeeper. Then from the corner, the ref actually gives a handball against Torino. So then I had a VAR check like I do, and I actually decided this time that that was harsh. I don't think he even handled it, to be honest. I think he hit his chest, so VAR overturned that decision. Then in the 28th minute, Mason Mount has a really good chance and he should have scored, but could not find the target. And then he had another chance here, which forced a really good save from the goalkeeper. And then from the resulting corner, Mount took it. Big header from Casemiro, and we make it 1-0 just before half time. Then early on into the second half, Torino came at me, Pellegrini then took a shot and Onana had a really good save. Then a couple of minutes later on the counter, Bruno Fernandes, with a really good bit of footwork, plays it to Marcus Rashford, who could not finish. It was a very tame finish in the end. Then we had another chance. Rashford got it over to Kubo, who good first touch, but couldn't get his first goal for us. And then later on then in the 80th minute, here came Torino. Vlasic played it to Duvan Zapata, who finished it nicely and made it 1-1. Then in the 88th minute, a chance for Torino. Ball goes out to Randovic, who crosses the ball in, and the ref gives a penalty after the ball hits Dallo in the arm. VAR check decided that it was a penalty, although it hit him first. His arm was out, shouldn't be out. Zapata finishes that off and confirms another defeat for us, a 2-1 defeat. So after the game, I decided to look in the midfield. Now, I was going to go for Højbjerg, but I decided not to go for him this season because I got Casemiro and Amrabat. So what I wanted to do was get another central midfielder, box to box. And I decided that Eriksen just wasn't for me. I wasn't feeling him in this FIFA, so I decided to offer him to AC Milan for a swap deal for Tijani Reneiders, who is a really promising talent. He's 25 years old, and I think he would be a good fit for our team. So I brought him in with a swap deal and 4 million for Christian Eriksen, who went the other way. Donny van de Beek's deal to PSV did break down, so in the end I decided to accept a loan offer for him from Hellas Verona, and there was confirmation of Harry Maguire leaving for Juventus for 18 million. Then Brighton came in for Martial, but they kept offering me players that I don't need, so in the end I just had to straight up reject it. We weren't getting anywhere. So that's where I will end this episode, guys. Hope you've enjoyed. In the next episode we will start our Premier League season. We will play against Wolves, Tottenham and Nottingham Forest. If you guys did enjoy this video, please leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss anything else from this channel and this series. But that's where I will leave it now, and I will hopefully see you guys in the next episode where we will finally start our Premier League season. Let's see how that goes. But for now, take care, guys.